I'm Matthew Allen. I'm from Miami, Florida. When I got married and my wife wanted to bring her things into the house, everything she wanted to bring came straight in. I didn't get to veto anything. I tried telling her she can't bring in the Austin Powers collectible figurines, which I found just disgusting. Incredible detail on the, what's the one, the fat bastard. He's huge, and even the action figure looks like it reeks and is disgusting. And of course, she got to bring everything in. The keychain that makes inappropriate adult happy sounds, I guess is the right way to phrase that. Yeah, that's in a drawer somewhere. It's kind of weird to explain when someone's going for silverware and they start hearing those noises because it's in the drawer, and I have to explain, sorry, but we happen to have one of those. So, yeah.
I was told that married life requires compromise. Here's what I didn't know. I'd be doing most of the compromising. For example, a lot of my things didn't follow me from college life to married life. My tasteful black and white poster of two young women making out in their underwear. This masterpiece adorned the wall of my college apartment, but it didn't make it into our living room. My World of Warcraft account. I'm sorry, level 70 shadow priest / rabbi Saul Good. Marriage is an adventure I'll have to go on without you. My collector's figurine of Orcus, the demon prince of the undead. No, I'm not allowed to display you in our cabinet with the spode Sabbath candles and the menorahs. The childish things go into storage or they get left behind. But I drew the line at Christmas. I demanded the following completely reasonable Christmas accommodations of my young bride. Number one, you will sit with me and watch A Christmas Carol at 11:30 p.m. on Christmas Eve every year for the rest of our lives. And yes, I know there are about 1 billion adaptations of the Dickens story. Too bad. We're only watching the 1951 black and white version starring Alistair Sim. We are not going to sit through any other remade versions of that story where they skip over the monotonous details that I love so much. No excuses. This isn't a discussion. This is happening. Number two, we will listen to Christmas music in our house from the day after Thanksgiving all the way through New Year's. And none of that pop music generic holiday crap either. I don't want to hear Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift singing "Baby, It's Cold Outside." We're going to bust out the classics. We're going to hear Bing Crosby singing "Walking in a Winter Wonderland" over and over and over until we're both in the proper spirit. Number three, we are getting a Christmas tree every year. Here's how those demands worked out. I have now seen every version of A Christmas Carol ever made. And some of them are goddamn terrible, I swear. There's this musical version starring Kelsey Grammer, you know, Frasier. It's apparently some stage version that they do every year at Madison Square Garden, and the Rockettes are Christmas elves or something. And then there's the Jim Carrey computer-generated version with a lot of superfluous chase sequences. And then Jim is explaining in the commentary, we finally have the technology to bring Charles Dickens' original concept to life. Jim, I don't think Charles Dickens imagined Ebenezer Scrooge getting launched into the stratosphere like Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, thank God we finally have the technology. As for holiday songs, I know every word to the Love Actually soundtrack. Do you know how many versions of All I Want for Christmas there are? A lot of them. I suppose I should be happy that we're even celebrating Christmas, because if you're listening carefully, you probably picked up on one jarring detail. We have Sabbath candles and menorahs. Yeah, we are both inescapably, hopelessly Jewish. And that's why my demands initially met with Yuletide traction. At first, my wife was dead set against celebrating Christmas. How dare I try to celebrate a holiday that's a foreign holiday? That's their holiday. We're not welcome. Her reasons were perfectly reasonable to her, but to me, her heart had shrunk 3 sizes too small. So I hit her with a crushing pile of sweetness. Baby, I said, here's my plan. Every year, let's buy a new Christmas ornament that represents something we did during the year. That way, 10, 20, 30 years from now, we can look at the Christmas tree and see things we've done together every year that we've been married. So she compromised. I can have Christmas under one condition. There must be absolutely nothing religious about it. I said, that's fine. We'll have a Santa Claus Christmas. No Jesus. I'm fine with that plan. Christmas makes everyone feel good, even us heretical Hebrews. But then she told me, no, that doesn't work. Santa Claus is clearly Christian only. I said, baby, so is the entire holiday. It turns out my absurdly well-educated wife has believed that Santa Claus played some role in the New Testament account of the birth of Jesus Christ. Here's the list of things she banned from my secular Christmas. Santa Claus, reindeer, including Rudolph, Christmas elves, Santa hats, signs that say North Pole and then give the distance in an exact number of miles, and shiny, oversized stars that might be confused with the Star of Bethlehem. The blanket ban also covers Jewish symbols too. If we're doing Christmas, it has to be Christmas. No menorahs, dreidels, latkes, Hebrew letters, Stars of David. And we are not, under any circumstances, to call our tree a Hanukkah bush which sounds like some horrible euphemism that I don't want to think about too carefully. Here's the list of things that are acceptable. Snowmen, polar bears, especially if they are drinking a Coke. Moose that don't look too much like reindeer. Dickensian figures, things that are generally snowy, and the cast of Harry Potter. Given these restrictions, you might wonder why I would want to celebrate Christmas. The reason for all of this is because of my mom. When I was a little Jewish kid, my family celebrated Christmas every year. We got a tree, and my mom and dad would put presents under it on Christmas Eve after my sister and I went to sleep. My dad had been raised in a Catholic family, but he never felt too religious, and he agreed with my mom to raise my sister and me Jewish. But my mom loved Christmas, and she wanted to celebrate it for my dad. It was her compromise. My favorite Christmas gift is the cherry red Fender Stratocaster Squire guitar that I got for Christmas 1992. I was 9 years old. I hadn't seen my mom or dad for over a month. They'd been at a hospital in Omaha, Nebraska, so that my mom could undergo major surgery. I was probably playing that guitar when her heart refused to beat and she was on artificial circulation for 9 minutes. 10 years later, her cancer came back. I was 19 when she passed away. Celebrating Christmas is my way of keeping my mother close. It's the compromise that I've made with her death. I still have the guitar. To me, it's the quintessential Christmas gift. It's that perfect Santa Claus red. And its appearance under the tree when my mom and dad were halfway across the country was as mysterious to me as if Santa had placed it there himself. So every December, when I string up a tree with plastic lights and hang some non-denominational ornaments, I think of my mom. And my wife agrees. Even though we're totally Jewish, it's okay for us to celebrate Christmas.